Moving forward, to understand the 6G aspiration, what we are target to achieve, we need always to rely on a standard or let me use a term that a widely adopted standard by all communities. So we go now to see the IMT 2030 capabilities to understand what is the target or what are the objectives of the 6G. So from capabilities point of view, I'm starting here with the IMT 2020 capabilities. So I'm just giving you a quick refresh about the 5G capabilities compared to the 4G. So the 4G is what you see here as an IMT advanced. The 5G is the IMT 2020. So, the most famous parameters and capabilities are the peak data rate. So we went from 1 gigabit per second, or the intention was to go from 1 gigabit per second to 20 gigabit per second. So we want to have a peak data rate. Uh, uh, like imagine that if you're like the only one under the G Node B and the 5G coverage, you would theoretically get the thing. And we called it by that time the gigabit experience. While an average data rate, we wanted to go from 10 megabit per second to 100 megabit per second. And the well-known ultra latency factor, which is the latency, we wanted to go from 10 millisecond to 1 millisecond. And we had some ideas and use cases to use this 1 millisecond in the 5G latency for the edge use cases and this kind of innovative use cases. So if you go now to 6G, you get a new diagram. I think the ITU wheel is now like a famous term, and it shows you that there are some capabilities of IMT 2020 that have been or that we aim to enhance. For example, the latency, we would like to go from 1 millisecond to zero point 0.1 to 1 millisecond. And here we are talking about the radio latency. It might not be visible on the wheel, but for example, we want to go from 20 gigabit per second data rate to 50 or 200 gigabit per second in the 6G. And we want to go, for example, in the user experience data rate, we want to go from 100 to 200 and 300 and even 500 megabit per second. But what is really interesting is the new capabilities that IMT 2030 or 6G adds on top of 5G. So from coverage perspective, there are some innovational ideas to make sure that we have 100% covered universe, so that we are going to use all the terrestrial networks, I mean the mobile, the fixed, plus the satellite or the non-terrestrial and network to do 100% coverage. So we will not rely only on the mobile coverage. So we hope to cover the whole world with all the means of communication. There is a range of good significant use cases about sensing related capabilities that you use the mobile network to detect the angle, the velocity, the positioning, or the movement of a certain object, and that will help us in many use cases related to the automotive use cases related to safety, detecting the intruders, going to specific places. So there is a lot of, I would say, focus on the sensing capabilities and the AI capabilities. So we are talking about AI native networks, something called Network for AI, and I will explain that in the next slide. Sustainability, many technology providers think of 6G as green native technology. So a lot of use cases about energy saving, interoperability. So we are, I would say, we have ambitions to be compatible with all non-3GP access. So all access can integrate with the 6G network, and then we target in the positioning domain to get a very, I would say, precise positioning that may get like a 1 centimeter of the uh, of the positioning of the object. So these are the new capabilities of the IMT 2030. If you go to the document of IMT 2030, you will find this famous ITU wheel diagram.